Hi, I'm Tamara. So the way that I study is pretty straightforward. I do frequent planned study sessions where I will read, summarize, and then review. For my reading, I go through and I look for key concepts. Usually use the 5 W's: who, what, when, where, and why to identify important information. By the time I make it to an exam, my goal is to not only know and remember the information, but to understand it, to be able to apply it to other concepts. So typically a instructor will have a similar set of questions for each exam that they pose. Once you've taken a couple of classes with an instructor or even just taken a couple of exams with them, you will understand what kind of information they are looking for you to retain. So for classmates, my recommendation is pay attention to the types of questions that are asked to know what kind of questions you're likely to be asked in the future. It will help you streamline your study process. So the hardest class that I ever had to learn to study for was a business statistics class. And the only thing I really had the trouble with was there were a lot of different formulas for similar things. And it was putting those concepts in my head without getting them confused. It was the same process though, I just kept reviewing each one until I was correct. So it really varies by class how much study I need to put in. The more difficult the class, the more time that I'll set aside for it. The goal is by the time the final comes, if I don't know that information well enough that I have to take extra time to study for the final, I don't feel like I was putting in the effort during the lessons. My goal is to learn the information, not memorize it, not regurgitate it, to learn it well enough that I can pass a final with no extra study.